So what we're going to look at now is taking a look at AutoMapper, and as the description in automapper.org says, it's a convention-based object-to-object mapper, and it takes all the fuss out of mapping one object to another. And it's actually made by the same guy that wrote the mediator package that we're using so that we can send our requests from our API endpoints to our application. This is written by the same person, and it's a library built to solve a deceptively complex problem, which is getting rid of code that maps one object to another. And it's correct to say that this type of code is rather dreary and boring to write. So this tool is going to do that kind of mapping for us. And what we're going to do is install this into our package. And what we want to do is make use of the dependency injection version created for .NET Core. Now it's not listed here, but that's the one that we're going to install into our application. So let's head back to VS Code, and what we want to do is open up the NuGet package manager once again, and I'll just type in AutoMapper into the search, and this will give us a ton of different options. And we want to scroll down in this list and keep going down until we find and quite a long way down, but this is the one we want, the AutoMapper Extensions Microsoft Dependency Injection. And this will allow us to inject the mapper into parts of our application. So we're going to install this one. Just go ahead and select the latest version to add, which in this case is 6.1.1. Be careful of breaking changes with different major versions of packages. This one's been pretty stable for some time, but that doesn't mean that it won't be updated in the future. And if you want to guarantee that the same code will produce the same results, then you can always stick to the same version that I'm using, and in this case it's 6.1.1. And we want to add this to our application project. We want to add our mapping logic into our business logic so that we return the DTOs rather than our domain entities in this case. So let's add it to the application project, and we get success, and then we can just click on restore. And once this has succeeded, then what we want to do is tell our startup project where our mapping profiles, and we'll create some profiles soon, but we need to tell our startup project where to find these. So let's open up startup.cs. And we also need to add AutoMapper as a service, of course. And we'll just add it underneath our mediator edition. So we'll say services.add AutoMapper. And we should be able to bring this in. And sure enough, it's available. If for whatever reason this is not available, then just go up to your, and I've got errors of course because I'm missing things, but just if that doesn't automatically appear in your list, then just run a .NET restore at the level of your solution, and that will typically resolve the problem. But I don't have that particular problem this time, so I'm just going to bring in AutoMapper and say using AutoMapper, and then we just need to tell it the assembly to go and look for our mapping profiles. Now we don't have any yet, but we're just setting this up, so we'll do a similar thing to what we did for mediator. We'll just specify type of list and handler, and then it's going to go and take a look in our application assembly for any AutoMapper mapping profiles. And next we'll take a look at adding a mapping profile so that we can map our activity to our activity DTO and our user activity to our attendee DTO. And we'll take a look at that next.